let's come just to a normal cross-legged position. In any position that makes you feel comfortable. Close the eyes. Elongate the spine. Relax the jaw, relax the facial muscles. And bring the awareness to the breath. Start to deepen the breath using the Ujjayi. Start to firm in Mula Bandha and Uddiyana Bandha to feel more breath, movement in the thoracic cage. And bring the palms together at the front of the chest. We'll chant an Om to begin. Opening the eyes, placing the fingertips on either side of you. Feel like the chest is lifted, the top of the head is reaching up towards the sky. Open the palms, raise them up, interlace the thumbs like this, and reach the fingertips up towards the ceiling. Elongating the spine. Somebody's trying to enter. Feel like you're lifting and lengthening one side of the body. Let the shoulder blade come all the way up. Lift and lengthen the other side of the body. Going back and forth. Feeling both sides of the body getting longer. The spine getting longer. And then place the palms on the floor in front of you. Walk the hands forward, letting the forehead come down to the floor. Tune into your breathing. And then pull with your hands and come up onto the hands and the knees. Tuck the toes under. Elongate through the spine, so feel like the crown is reaching in one direction, the tail is reaching in the opposite direction. Firm in the navel, soften the elbows. You're not hanging out in the joints, and feel like you're making the space between the shoulder blades lift a little bit away from the floor. Find your breathing here. Stretch out the right leg, press that heel away. Pick up that leg from the inner thigh, so trying to keep the kneecap pointing directly downwards. And then come into a little bit of a back bend and lift the leg up high. Exhale, pull the navel in, pull the knee in. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, forehead to the knee. Inhale, opening. Exhale in. 2 more like this. Inhale, reaching up high. Exhale, pulling in. 1 more. Inhale and exhale. Replace the knee to the floor. Elongate through the spine again. Find neutral spine. Straighten the left knee. Press that heel away so the knee is straight. Pick up the leg from the inner thigh. So it feels like the inner thigh is lifting a little bit higher than the outer thigh. Feel like you're warming up the body. And then open the chest, lift the leg. Exhale, pulling in. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, forehead to the knee. Inhale, exhale. 2 more like this. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, and exhaling. Replace the knee down. Find your neutral spine. Sorry, somebody keeps trying to get in. I think she has internet problems because it doesn't seem to be working. And tuck up. Oh, there she's there. Yay! Sophia, you're there! Yay! We just started, no worries. Okay, find yourself on all fours. And then stretch out both legs. Coming into your plank pose, have a look down the body, see that you look nice and straight. Reach the crown of the head in the opposite direction from the heels, pushing the heels away. Feel the navel firming in. Bend the knees, press the hands, reach the sitting bones away. Bring the ears between the upper arms. Feel like the neck is getting longer. Feel that sucking in between the 2 hip bones. And then work towards straightening one knee. Holding it for a moment. Bending the knee. Straightening the other knee. And pedaling back and forth in a nice mindful way. And both heels down. And then swivel the elbows, like the insides of the elbows are going to look up towards the ceiling. Put the knees on the floor, put the elbows on the floor, and then reach the sitting bones away. Feel this lengthening through the spine. Press the forearms into the floor so they don't move. Feel the navel pulling in. Separate the feet a little bit. Walk your hands towards yourself. Lifting up the knees. Lift the chest. Coming in our squat position. Feel like the back is getting long. Press the legs a little bit into the arms. And press the arms into the legs. Relax around the hip joints, relax the buttocks. And then come to sit down on the sitting bones, bring the soles of the feet together, open the feet like a book, lift up the chest. Either staying here and sitting up straight or reaching the chest forward, keeping the back nice and long, breathing here. If you're forward, inhale, lift the head. Place the feet on the floor. Press into the fingertips. Come back into your squat position. Walk the hands forward and come into downward facing dog. Lift the heels, step the feet so they're right behind your wrists. Come high up onto the fingertips, elongate through the spine, and then from here, lift the heels high from the floor. Feel the lower belly pulling in. If you need to, you can put your hands on blocks. Exhale, lower the centers of the heels. Inhale, lift the heels up high. Feel that sucking in the lower abdominals. Try to maintain that and lower the heels. Inhale, lifting up. Keep the lower abdominals up and exhale, lower the heels. 2 more times. Inhale, exhale. Inhaling, exhale. Keep the height of the lower belly. Open the arms to the sides. Feel the navel reaching away from the floor. Turn the palms forward. Press the feet. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, arms to the sides. Bend the knees. Pop the feet together. Inhale, pick up the arms. Exhale, fold over the legs, but feel that you still have that height. Inhale, long back. Exhale, step the feet back, finding ourselves into our plank pose. Press the crown away, press the heels away. Soften the elbows, firm in the belly. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Gaze to the nose. Exhale, downward facing. Finding your steady gazing point. Listen to the sound of Ujjayi. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bending at the knees. Inhale, step forward, long back. Exhale, head down. Inhale, all the way up to stand. Exhale, samastiti. Second one. Inhale to raise the arms. Exhale to fold. Inhale to lift the chest. Exhale, step or lightly hop back. Pause in your plank, strengthening your plank. Keep it strong as you lower. Inhale, open the chest. Just stay here for a moment. Press the 10 toes firm into the floor. Feel like you're pulling the hands slightly towards the feet, letting the chest reach forward. Press the hands, lead with the lower abdominals all the way over the toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bend the knees, step or hop forward, long back. Exhale over the legs. Inhale, all the way up, strong legs. Exhale, Samastitihi. One more like this. Inhaling, smooth breathing. Exhale, smooth movements. Inhale, chest open. Exhale, directly, Chaturanga. Inhale, open the chest, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bend the knees, coming forward, long back. Exhale, release. Inhale, keeping the bandhas as you rise all the way up. And Samastitihi. Bend the knees. Inhale, raise the arms, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, lift, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, all the way back, Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Lift the heels high from the floor, press into the hands, reach the sitting bones away from the hands. Lift the right leg, keep the kneecap pointing straight downwards. Keep holding here for just a couple breaths, strengthening the arms. Pull the knee close to the chest and then lean forward into the fingertips. Caress your fingertips. Bring the foot just to the thumb. Turn the back foot on the floor at an angle. Straighten the front leg. Lift the chest. Slide the fingertips at shoulder, about under the shoulders. And then see if you can swivel the back hip forward so both hips are facing forward. Press the ball of the big toe firm into the floor. Bring your arms on either side of you, firm in the quadriceps. Inhale, come all the way up, raise the arms. Exhale, open the arms, turn the thumbs so they're pointing downwards. Bend at the elbows, reverse prayer. Keep the chest open, belly in. Exhale, folding down. Let's hold it here for a couple breaths. Listen to the Ujjayi. Open the arms to the sides. Inhale, bend the front knee, raise the arms up, Virabhadrasana A. Exhale, both hands to the floor, step back, Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Lift the heels high from the floor, make a nice straight line, lifting that left leg. Holding here, press the fingers evenly into the floor. Pull the knee close to the chest, lean forward, pause, and place the toes down. Turn the back foot on the floor at an angle, straighten that front knee, pull the fingers back, long back, holding here. Swivel that right femur bone in the socket so that the hip is facing forward. Inhale, come up, raise the arms up. Exhale, open the arms to the sides, turn the thumbs downwards, bend at the elbows, reverse prayer. Exhale, folding forward. Find your gazing point. Still your gaze, still the body, listen to the breath. Open the arms to the sides. Inhale, bend that front knee, raising the arms, Virabhadrasana. Exhale, both hands to the floor, step back, Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Lift the heels, lift the right leg. Pull the knee in, lean forward, place the foot, turn the back foot on the floor at an angle, keep that front knee bent. Inhale, Virabhadrasana A. Gazing to those upper thumbs. Straighten the front knee, swivel the left thigh forward, bring your arms out to the sides, bring your spine parallel to the floor. Lower the left hand on the inside of the foot or maybe the outside and lift the right arm up for a long Trikonasana, gazing to the side or maybe up to that upper hand. Feel those sitting bones reaching in the opposite direction from the crown of the head. All at the same time, lift the left hand, bend the front knee, sweeping up, Virabhadrasana. Exhale, both hands to the floor, step back, Chaturanga. Inhale, open the chest, gaze to the nose. Exhale, over the toes. Lift the heels from the floor, lift the left leg. Pull the knee in, leaning forward, place the foot, right foot on the floor at an angle. Inhale, Virabhadrasana A. Straighten the knee. Bring yourself parallel with the floor. Right hand down, left arm up. The hand can be on the inside of the foot, on a block, or maybe eventually on the outside of the foot. It's a little longer stance than usual. So don't hesitate to replace the hand in a different place. And then, all at the same time, bend that front knee, sweep the arms up. Exhale, both hands to the floor, step back, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Staying here. Tune in with your breath. See if you can find a certain amount of stillness in the body. 3, 4, and 5. Lift the heels, lift the right leg. This time the foot's going to come centered between the thumbs. Turn the back foot on the floor at an angle and Parsva Konasana. Feel like your right hip is pulling forward. Your knee and your arm are pressing into one another. Back foot firm to the floor. Inhale, press the feet, come all the way up. Warrior 2, gaze to those front fingertips. Turn the palms up. Exhale, reversed warrior. And bring that right arm all the way forward. And you're going to see if you can wrap under the arm, under the leg. If that's feeling like too much, just put the hand on the inside of the foot. And then from here, feel like the right hip is pushing forward slightly. Left hip moving back. Left torso moving back. So you feel like your body is in a nice straight line. Straighten the front knee, like a Trikonasana. And then bring the outer sides of the feet parallel. Let the head come down. And then bend the knee, point the toes, release the hands, both hands to the floor, step back, Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Lift the heels high. Lift the left foot. Bring the foot centered between the thumbs. Right foot turns. Open the arm and Parsva Konasana. Gaze to the inner elbow. And then keeping the neck long, see if you can change just the eyes and turn them up towards that upper palm. Inhale, coming up, Virabhadrasana B. Gaze to the front fingertips. And turn the palms up. Exhale, reversed warrior. Inhale, lengthen all the way over the left side, seeing if you can bind underneath, opening the chest to the side, feel the lower abdominals pulling in, breathing here. Straighten the front knee like a Trikonasana. And then soften that knee, bring the outer edges of the feet parallel, let the head come down. And turning the toes to the front of the mat, release the hands, press the hands, step back, Chaturanga. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale over the toes. Just taking a few breaths here. Tune into your breathing. Make sure you still have control over the breath. It's about 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bend at the knees, step or hop forward, long back when you arrive. Exhale, head down. Inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana. Exhale, Samastitihi. We're going to come into a nice Samastitihi, both hips facing forward. Bring your right heel forward, and then bring your right arm out. And inhale, lift your foot and see if you can get your toe. Okay, you're also welcome to do that with a bent knee. Then from here, use your arm to lift your leg up high, anchoring the right shoulder blade onto the back, softening your right elbow. Opening the leg out to the right. Possible, gazing over the left. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale back to the center. Slide your left hand down the leg to come to the outside of that foot. Reach your right arm out to the side. And bring the hand forward, holding your foot with 2 hands. And inhale, see if you can lift that right leg all the way up into a standing split. You have to turn the hip a little bit. And release, keep the leg out in front of you. And release here. Second side. So bring the left heel in front, both hips forward. Inhale, pick up the foot and hold the toe. And you can do that with a bent knee. Reach the center of the heel, away and up, lifting the leg up high. Externally rotate the hip joint, opening to the side.
back to the front. Slide your right hand to the outside of the foot and left arm opening to the side. Bring the hand forward, holding either side of the foot. Oops. And then you have to see if you can lift the leg a little higher. Get the balance first. I lost my balance. You have to open the hip a little bit. Sorry, I lost my balance too. And then bring the leg parallel with the floor, knee straight. And release. You can shake it out, whatever you need to do. And then we're going to bring our right foot in like the number 4 over the knee. Like this. Keep the belly in, chest long. Find some gazing points and bring your fingertips down to the floor. Keep your chin and your foot in a nice right angle. Inhale, lift the chest way away from the floor, making a nice straight spine. See if you can straighten the standing leg. Bring the 2 knees on the same level, you can see. And then exhale, walk your hands back, folding over the standing leg. And then notice, you can walk your hands forward, bend your knee, and notice if you can bring your toes, see my toes around the upper arm. And then the other knee on the, close to the armpit on the other arm. Lean forward, use your fingertips, press into the fingertips, and see if you can start to lift the back foot from the floor. Lower the foot back down, straighten the leg, open the chest. Press that standing foot firm into the floor. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, release the leg. Second side. So you're flexing your foot so you have a nice right angle so we don't hurt our knees. And the ankle is just over the other knee. You can soften that knee, pull the belly in, keep the back long, put the hands on the floor. And then first thing is to open the chest, get a long back. Second, maybe straightening the standing leg and checking both knees are on about the same level. And then walking forward. Keep the foot flexed. And then walk a little bit forward with the hands. Curl your toes around the upper arm. Place your knee on the other upper arm. Leaning forward. Use the fingertips and start to lift that back foot off the floor. Replace the foot. Open the chest. Press the standing foot. Inhale, coming up. And release the leg. And come to the front of the mats. Toes touching. Inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale, folding over. Inhale, long back. Exhale, jump back. Lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Lift the heels. Lift the right leg. Bring the right foot centered between the thumbs.
And then turn the feet so the outer edges of the feet are parallel. Walk the hands forward like a wide-legged downward-facing dog. Feel like the back is long, pelvis is in line with the heels. Good. And then slide the hands back so that the tops of the hands, so the palms are facing up to the ceiling, tops of the hands are on the floor, crown is on the floor. Press into the hands, feel the shoulder blades anchoring onto the back. The elbows need to softly bend, and then see if you can lift your heels a little bit from the floor. Obviously only if the head's down. That's good. Feel the shoulder blades on the back, strong arms. You can even open the hands a little wider. It helps. If you're up, slowly working your way back down. Inhale, lift the chest, put the hands on the hips. Inhale all the way up to standing. Exhale here. Inhale, open the arms to the sides. Exhale, bring the hands in a reverse prayer position. Keep the chest open, belly in. Exhale, tilting forward, folding all the way down, keeping the back nice and long. Soften the jaw, soften the facial muscles, and breathe. It's about 2, 3, 4, and 5. Press the feet. Inhale all the way up to standing. Turn your toes to point to the front of the mat. Release the hands. Put the hands to the floor. Step back. Chaturanga. Inhale, gaze to the nose. Exhale, over the toes. Lift the heels up high. Lift the left leg. Bring your left foot forward. Turn so the outer sides of the feet are parallel. Place the hands so they're about under your face. Open the chest here. Feel the back of the neck long. Feel the 3 points of each foot firm into the floor. And then slide the hands back, finding chaturanga arms. Press the fingertips, elbows and wrists in line. Shoulder blades feeling like they're gluing to the back. And then you can see if you can make the heels a little lighter. Placing weight into the hands, a little bit of weight in the head. If you're up, slowly, mindfully making your way down. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, hands to the hips. Inhale all the way up to standing. Exhale fully. Inhale the arms to the sides. Exhale, interlace the fingers, relax the shoulders. Exhale, belly in, chest open as you go forward. And then allow the arms to fall over the head. Stretching out the arms, stretching the neck, releasing the neck. So 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale all the way up. Turn the toes to the front of the mats. Place the hands down, step back, lower. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. And taking a few breaths here. If you need to, you can put your knees on the floor, puppy pose, or even child's pose, as you like. It's about 3, 4, and 5. Lift the heels high, press into the hands, and this time you're going to lift your right leg, and then pull it forward and bring the leg on the outside of the arm, so your foot is on the inside of the hand. Okay, so you're bringing your leg all the way around, like that. Okay, and then from here, press your back heel away and see if you can come down onto the elbows. And then pull that right leg close to you and try to make the hips equal distance from the floor. Okay, the next one's going to be a little awkward. You put your hands on the floor, turn the back foot on the floor at an angle, and then you're going to see if you can hold where your deltoids meet the other arm, the part of the arm. You want to bring that right behind your knee, and then lift the foot from the floor and squeeze your arm. Okay, so like an arm pressure. Back foot is on the floor at an angle. Then you're going to see if you can let go of your left hand. Squeeze the upper inner thighs. Lift the left arm up. Lower the hand, release the leg all the way back. Just release the wrist, come into downward facing. Lift the heels, lift the left leg. Bring that foot all the way to the inside of your hand. And then find the end of the deltoids. Oh, sorry, I forgot. We have to do the stretch first. So see if you can slide the back foot back and drop the hips so that they're at an equal distance from the floor. And coming up onto the hands, find that end of the deltoid, and then try to lift your foot from the floor. Lower the right foot so it's at an angle. See if you can get your hand from the floor and reach the arm up. Good job. And then lower down, step back, and just rest into a downward facing dog. We're going to try that again because it's hard, it's really hard, especially the first time. So you're going to lift your right leg, bring the leg around the arm, and then see if you can place your leg in a way that is squeezing the arm. Okay, it's really squeezing hard. And then turn your back foot. Then see if you can release your left hand. And then the last part would be to see if you can start to straighten the right leg. Good. Lift the left arm. Myanga, lift your arm from the floor. Yes. Yes. Nice. Okay. And then from here, left hand comes down. Bring your elbow into your body and see if you can lift the back leg. And then jump the foot back. Just for fun. If you try it a few times, you'll get it. Okay, let's just go back into a downward facing dog. And then left foot around. Okay, and maybe what you can do is try bringing your leg a little higher on the shoulder to start, because it always slides down a little bit. And then turn the back foot on the floor at an angle. And first work on squeezing here, so it could be something like this. Feel the upper inner thighs pulling towards one another. And then your arm and your leg are pushing firmly towards each other. Right buttocks firm onto the body. Yeah, nice guys. It's okay if the knee stays bent. And then, after you've held that for a couple of breaths, you replace the right hand down. You can use your elbow into the side body and straighten the leg, or you could do it with the knee bent as well. And then come back. Okay, downward facing. Okay, just take a couple of breaths here. Get in control of your breathing. Bend the knees, look forward, and step or hop to sit. Dandasana. Straighten the legs, straighten the arms, bring the chin into this little notch between the collarbones. Keep the back long. Feet as if they're flat on the wall. Release the hands, inhale, raise them up, interlace the thumbs, and reach them up high. Lengthen one side, lengthen the other. Feel like both sides are lengthening, including the center right in the middle of the spine. Feel the lower abdominals pulling in, and then chest open and start to go forward. Let the arms fall wherever they do, holding the ankles, shins, or feet. Back of the neck long. Tuning into your breathing. It's about 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, lift the chest. Slide your fingertips behind you. Point the toes, padottanasana. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, releasing down, changing the feet for a tabletop. Inhale, lift the hips. And then you're going to keep the feet flexed. And then you're going to exhale, pull yourself back. Inhale, straighten the knees. Exhale, keep the feet pulled back, straighten the knees here. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, going back. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more like this. Inhaling. Exhaling. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. And release down. Cross your ankles. Make yourself into that little ball. Turn the palms out, so it's like W arms. Keep the strength in the pecs and the upper back. Put the hands in front of the hips. Press into the hands. Try to lift up and go back. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. You're going to step your right knee through the arms, left knee through the arms, and then lower your knees here. Tricked you. Okay, now you're going to find your W arms, place your hands midway down the thighs, squeeze the fingers, press the toes, and then pull the knees up close to you. So the toes are pressing into the floor, trying to keep the ankles straight. Keep the bum quite low so the bum doesn't lift. Lower the knees, lean forward, change the crossing of the ankles. Slide your hands back, press the toes, press the fingers, lift the knees. Try to keep the bum down low. Lower, lean forward, change the crossing. Leaning back again, same thing, lifting the knees, but then you're going to see if you can also lift the feet. Lower down, lean forward, change the crossing. Lift the knees, squeeze the knees close to you, and then see if you can lift the feet. And lower down and come to a sitting position. My cat's in and out tonight. I don't know what's wrong with him. Okay, so let's open the right leg from the hip socket and then lean back, close the back of the knee, and see either your foot is coming into a half lotus or like a Janusharsasana, depending on what's happening with your knees. Okay, so you decide. And then let the sitting bones fall down naturally. Open the arms up, interlace the fingers, and turn the palms up towards the sky. Feel like you're getting long in the waist. And then turn a little bit towards your left, towards your straight leg. Let the left fingertips come down. The right hand just come on the outside of the shin, and then press the hand into the shin and use that for leverage to get a little bit of a spinal twist. Finding a gazing point, breathing. I'm sorry, my cat, I don't know what's wrong with him tonight. Inside. Inside, outside. Okay. And then unravel the spine, reach your hands forward, feel like you're picking up your whole belly, and exhale, folding down. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, release, leaning back, releasing that foot. And then lean back, pull in the belly, close the back of the knee, placing that foot either in the half lotus safely, or if that doesn't feel good, then no hesitation to put the foot into a Janusharsasana. Inhale, lift the arms up, change the crossing of the fingers, reaching up high, lengthening two sides of the waist, lengthening the spine, pelvis feels heavy, Mula Bandha feels like it's pulling up through the crown. Turn towards your straight leg, release the hands, find your gazing point. Feel the skin of the neck sliding away from the ears. Tune into your Ujjayi. Unwind the spine, reaching forward, holding your ankle or your foot. Inhale, open the chest, feel like you're lifting the belly over that heel and going forward. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, release, leaning back to release that leg. Cross at the ankles. Lift. Trying to go through. And a chaturanga. Upward dog. And downward facing dog. Bending the knees. You're going to just hop onto the knees. Bring the toes together. Slide the hands behind you. Pick up the hips. Feel like you're sliding the buttocks down towards the heels. And then maybe you're going to come onto your arms. Okay, so you know, I think, your limitations. Maybe you can go down a little further. And just make sure it's not pinching in the back or really pulling over the knees. If it's pulling over the knees, you can let the knees lift up a little bit. Take your hands on the hips, pull the hip bones up, slide them together, feel the lower abdominals pulling in. And then holding your ankles, press into the elbows, tuck the chin, and come up evenly on the spine. Bring your hands forward, stretch out the legs, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing, exhale, downward facing. Bending the knees, coming to hop forward onto the knees again. Gonna keep the toes tucked under, press the heels away. The femur bones are parallel. Bring the thumbs into the sacrum, press the sacrum skin down and slightly forward, and then take your thumbs on either sides of the waist, and you start to pick up the waist, like you're pulling the thoracic cage away from the pelvis. Opening the chest, see if you can get your thumbs on the lowest tip of the shoulder blades. Push the shoulder blades forward, and the tips actually come like they're reaching a little bit towards the sides. And keep the chest open, arc back here just slightly. Feel the lower abdominals in, feel the thighs lifting up. And then release, just lower down for a little kind of baby child's pose here. Inhale, coming back up. Keeping the toes tucked under. Once again, lifting, opening the chest. And then you're going to bring your palms like this, so the fingertips are forward to start with. And then slide the hands back, let the hands come down, and then you change just from the elbows. So the shoulder joints don't change. And you can put your hands onto your heels. And it's okay if you can let the head come back. It doesn't hurt. Inhale, coming up from the bottom first. Come into this mini child's pose, relax the back muscles. And coming back up. So your choice, you can keep the toes tucked under like this, or lift, straighten one ankle,
Press the 5 toes into the floor. Make sure the ankle stays straight. Turn, look towards the second one. Lift the foot. Press the 5 toes. Make sure the ankle stays straight. Okay, so the shin bones are parallel, thigh bones are parallel. Press the sacrum. Lift, lengthen the waist. Press the shoulder blades. So if you start with the hands pushing back here, tends to raise the trapezius, and then it helps protect the neck a little bit. Okay, so then when you go back, your neck is being supported by the trapezius. And then when you're about down, you just turn at the elbows. When you're coming up, feel like you're coming up from the navel first, chin last. Okay, put the hands to the floor, step the feet back, chaturanga, upward dog, downward dog. Then put the knees on the floor, come high onto your fingertips. Reach your sitting bones away. Pull the fingers forward, elongating the waist, the spine. And then put the hands down, glue them to the floor. Let the forehead come down. Coming back up onto the knees. Okay, so we're going to try this. You're going to check the ankle is straight. The toes are spread on the floor. Check the other foot, because the toes like to change when you're not looking at them. Then you get that big crack in the ankle. But we're pressing our toes into the floor. So you can keep the hips forward and then bring your hands maybe behind the thighs. Start to lean back. Maybe the hands can come onto the legs. Lean back. And then press into the hands and lift up. Okay, try to keep the knees where they are. Try again. So we can keep the hands on the backs of the thighs, for example, lean back and then come back up. Or the hands on the calves and coming back up. And just do like 4 or 5 of those. You can let your head come back. As I'm demonstrating and talking, my head won't come back. And then after a few, bringing your hands forward, tuck your toes, lift the palms from the floor, wiggling the palms forward, place the forehead down, stretching out the back. Press the palms. Lift the hips, straighten the knees, chaturanga. Upward dog. And downward facing. Okay, so we're going to work a little bit towards Pincha Mayurasana, but we're not doing the full thing. So you see how your wrists are right now? Come to a plank, like a lifted plank. And then swivel your elbows so that the inside of the elbows are slightly reaching forward to the front of your mat, like that. And then squeeze your elbows towards each other and place them down so that they're directly behind the wrists, or even a little narrower.
Okay, so now you press the forearms firm into the floor. You can put your knees onto the floor and then press the forearms and feel like you're kind of rounding the upper back slightly. Okay, so that you're filling in. Instead of sinking down, we're filling in that place between the shoulder blades. Pull in the belly. Verify that you're pressing evenly into the forearms. Toes are still tucked under. Keeping this, and then pick up the knees. And then verify that the hands are still pressing evenly into the floor. So, Celine, open your palms a little wider. Yeah, and actually the first exercise is just to lift the knees a tiny bit off the floor, just like this. Holding there, building the strength in the arms. And then just take a little rest, coming back into that puppy pose. Come back up onto the hands. Turn your elbows, the inside of the elbows forward. Start to lean back and squeeze the elbows towards one another. Put them on the floor. Press all the fingers into the floor. Pick up the knees. Round the upper back slightly, and then lead with the lower abdominals. The lower abdominals are leading you towards the ceiling. Look between the forearms onto the floor. Lift your heels from the floor. Maybe you walk yourself towards your hands. And if you're struggling with the flexibility, if you happen to have a block or a couple blocks, you can put your feet on those blocks so that you would have your toes on the blocks. So it'd be something like that. Okay, lower down, take a little break. If you want to come near a wall for the next one, you can do so, but still try to be aware so that you're not flinging yourself into poses. You're still keeping some mindfulness there. Okay, so I'm going to talk it through again. So coming just onto the palms. The palms can even be turned out slightly this way, but certainly not like that. Okay, so if anything, turning out a little bit, especially if you're struggling to hold it, you start a little bit out, then even if they slide in, you're going to still keep the alignment. Okay, so your palms are on the floor, swivel the elbows so the inside of the elbows are pointing forward, and then squeeze the elbows towards each other, put them on the floor, press the fingertips, round the back slightly, feel the even pressure in the hands, and then start to pick up your belt from your lower belly. Take a look somewhere between your hands, between your forearms, and from here, you're just going to work on these little bounces. Baby bounces. So you need to be able to stick the shoulder blades onto the back. You can change the legs, straighten the other leg, work on the little bounces. Natalia, you need to bring the blocks a little closer to you. And when you're coming up, try to keep your legs straight, even if it's holding you back a little bit. That's good, Myanga. Oh, song, yes, good. Try to keep the legs together. So the first leg that goes up, let it come a little behind you. Okay, like it might feel a little scary, like you're gonna fall. But if you have your wall there, then you can let it come a little bit towards the wall and then bring the second leg up. Okay, so you can try a couple times. When you're finished, When you tell, I'll know that you've had enough when everybody is back into a child's pose. Celine, I would open your palms and squeeze your elbows a little bit towards each other so that the forearms are more parallel. It makes it harder, but at the same time, it makes you work more the strength in the upper body. So once you get it, you're less likely to kind of scrunch down in something like this, okay, and hurt the neck, right? If you're like that, then it doesn't feel good on the neck and the upper back. Okay, whenever you're finished, just come into a child's pose. Oh, Natalia, you found a new way to do it. That's a good idea. Okay, so whenever you're finished, just rest here in child's pose. You can kind of shake side to side or sway side to side. Let the shoulders release, the arms release. And then slowly coming up to a sitting position. You're going to bring the right arm in front of you. Bring your left arm over, intertwine the forearms, pick up the elbows, press the hands away, close the eyes, stretching the upper back. And you can see maybe if you lower or raise the elbows, just do some small movements and just find the areas that you really need to work into. And you can hold those areas. Make sure the shoulder, or the neck muscles are relaxed, the jaw muscles are relaxed. And then kind of round the back slightly, bring the elbows towards the navel and let the head drop, the hands drop, so you feel like you're really stretching the upper back. And coming up, and then you're going to take your arms and kind of hug yourself, and you can use your hands to find if there's any places on the shoulder blades that need a little massaging, just using your fingertips on those areas. And releasing, bringing the left arm in front, right arm over, and once again intertwining and experimenting with how high you lift the elbows or push the hands away. And check the facial muscles are all softening. And it's really necessary that the neck muscles are relaxing here to counter all that work we've done in the upper body. And then bring the elbows to the navel, drop the hands, drop the head. And coming up, wrapping your arms around you, using the hands to massage slightly the shoulder blades. And then releasing the arms. If you have something in your hair, sometimes this next one doesn't work very well. You're going to tuck the toes and then bring your chin towards this notch between the collarbones
and try to bring the top of the head as close as you can towards the knees. Take your ankles or your heels and then roll forward as if you're going to do a somersault. Slowly releasing out of that, coming back into a child's pose. Let the arms feel heavy, the head feels heavy. Just staying there, releasing. And then slowly rolling off to one side of the heels. Coming up to sitting position. You can cross the legs, either in no lotus, maybe half lotus, or if it's not pinching at all in the knees or anything, maybe a full lotus. Okay, but you decide. Sitting up tall. Tune into the breathing. Let the pelvis feel heavy, the legs feel heavy. See if you can firm in Mula Bandha and Uddiyana Bandha. And start to deepen the Ujjayi. So making the inhales and exhales a little bit longer than what we use while we're moving around in yoga asanas. So we're feeling a little bit more movement in the thoracic cage. Trying to make the inhales and the exhales the same length, same sound. Notice if you're able to keep the muscles really below the navel. See if those can stay firm with the breathing. Keeping the Ujjayi, see if you can start to turn the eyes so that you're trying to look between the two eyebrows. The eyes can be kind of half closed. Turning the eyes up. And seeing if you can maintain that gaze. It can help to soften the muscles around the occiput, the brainstem, the top of the neck. Relax the shoulders. Every time the eyes wander, just gently bring them back to the drishti. Making sure you can hear the sound of your breath. You can feel the thoracic cage moving with each inhale, with each exhale. Firming in Mula Bandha, firming in Uddiyana Bandha. And slowly, without disturbing that peaceful feeling, slowly making your way to a Savasana. Just lying down, you cover the eyes, make sure you're warm. Slowly letting the breath become more quiet. Letting go of the ujjayi. Letting go of the control of the breath. Slowly, slowly, the breath is becoming more natural. Slowly, slowly, the muscles are melting away from the bones. As the body melts into the earth, the breath is getting quieter and quieter. The mind is settling. Just allowing the mind that's behind the forehead to just settle down towards the brainstem. the front mind, just falling back into the brainstem. Slowly bringing the awareness back to the body. Stretching the arms, stretching the legs. Bring the knees towards you. Just roll to one side to eventually make yourself up into a sitting position. can chant Om Shanti to finish. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Namaste.